So in this video, I'm going to show you how to wire different types of circuits on your actual shoebox. So if you look at my circuit diagram here, you can see that I have a series circuit and I have two lights on my box, and so I'm going to wire those in series to start. So if you look at the circuit diagram again, you can see that the two lights or the two resistors are connected by one wire. So I'm going to start by doing that using these two ends of the lights here. So I have my wire. I'm going to connect it to the first light. Just twist it a couple times to make sure it will stay secure. Then I'm going to do it to the second light. Same thing. And now I have this yellow wire here on my shoebox connecting the two lights together. So now I still need my wires that are going to connect to a battery. So here I have taped red and blue tape around these different wire ends to show which one will go to the positive side and which one will go to the negative side of the battery. So you can see that one light has a wire that goes to the positive in red, and the other has a wire that goes to the negative in blue. So I'm going to put my negative wire over here. Twist that a couple times, make sure it won't come off. Then do the same thing with this red positive wire over here on the other light. Twist it a couple times, make sure it doesn't come off. And now my circuit is ready to connect to a battery. So if I get my battery here, I can touch the red wire to the positive, blue wire to the negative, and then I have my completed circuit for series. So now we're going to switch to talking about a parallel circuit and how to connect the wires for that. So if you see my circuit diagram over here, the first thing I notice is that one end of one light connects to one end of the other light. So I'm going to start by doing that with these two ends here of each light. So take my wire, twist it a couple times just to make it secure, and then do the same thing for the other side. And I have my first wire connected for my parallel circuit. So far it doesn't look that much different from series, but our next step is actually where it starts to get a little bit different from what we're used to. So I already connected one side of one light to one side of the other light, but the other ends of each light also have to connect to each other. So I'm going to take my new wire and then connect the two remaining ends of each light to each other with this wire. So once again, just twist it a couple times to make sure that it stays secure and doesn't come off, because you don't want your lights to come off in your house when you're doing this. And do the same for the other end. And now I have two of my wires connected for a parallel circuit. And that basically is doing this box right here, right? From one end of one light to the end of the other light, and the same for the other two ends of those lights. Now I notice that each wire has to also connect to a battery, but if I look closely at my diagram, I can do that just with one of the lights here. If I connect my battery wires to one light, since these two lights are already connected, that battery will go to everything. So I'm going to use this light right here and connect one side of the battery to one side of the light and one side of the battery to the other side. So I'm going to take my negative battery wire that's taped in blue and put it over here on this side. And then I'm going to take my positive battery wire that's taped in red and put it on the other side of just that same one light. Now my battery wires are ready, so I can just take my battery, connect the blue wire to the negative end, connect the red wire to the positive end, and then my parallel circuit is complete. One last thing to note about this video is that I did not put switches in these circuits. I just wanted to go over the basics of showing you how to do this with your lights, but when you do this in your own house, you will also have to put the switches in. So just be aware of that, and there'll be another instructional video coming out to help you out with that soon.